Ans, thank you so much for welcoming us in this amazing space you've created here in Abu Dhabi Art. I'd like to just know a little bit about you and the gallery that you represent.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Ans Ben Jannet. I'm the gallery assistant in Yosr Ben Ammar Gallery. We're a contemporary and modern art gallery based in Tunis, Tunisia. And for this edition for Abu Dhabi, we created an intergenerational booth with Tunisian modern artists and two contemporary artists. One is Tunisian and the other is Iraqi.
Nice.
The modern Tunisian artist is called Ahmed Hajri, and he's a self-taught artist. He left Tunis at an early age, and he's been living in France for the past 3 decades. At first, he worked as an electricity technician, and then and then he was discovered by an architect working with the pioneer of raw art, Lacrute Dubuffet, and he was introduced to him, and that's the person who pushed him to his art career. And that's how you see the infantine touch and aspect to his artworks.
This is amazing. I love, honestly, just looking at some of his pieces, the fact that he's self-taught is iconic by itself, and his background, it's interesting. I'd love to know more about his background later. Please, I need to study this gentleman.
Yeah, he's quite interesting, actually. And he's got a lot of success in the French scene, Tunisian scene, and now even at the art fair.
Nice.
We're also introducing 2 other artists, Mira Lamti. She's a Tunisian contemporary artist. And for this booth, we're exhibiting artworks as parts of her big series. This project she's been working on for the past 4 years. And this is a continuity of her solo exhibition at the gallery in Tunisia called Bint El Mashta. It was also a part of Jau Biennale, which is a festival in Tunisia as well. And she examines the rituals and ceremonies of weddings of her region in Sousse, which is a coastal region in Tunisia. And for this edition, she's working on mosaics. She imprinted with UV print on mosaics that are worked with local artisans from the region of El Jam, which this is an expertise from the Carthaginian and Roman era. So it's a very ancient expertise. And she works with artisans. And the mosaics are handcrafted.
Nice. How old is she? Because I know that
she's in her 30s.
Yeah, so it's amazing because she's bringing back this amazing skill set or crafts back to life today.
Yeah, she's trying to highlight this ceremony that is slowly fading away. And it's actually a ritual that is embedded in her family. So she's also highlighting her family heritage, because for these weddings, the ceremony needs to be executed by a mashta. The mashta is the woman who prepares the bride for the wedding ceremony. And this is a title that is transmitted through generations as well. So her grandmother is a mashta, and her mother is a mashta, and she as well is a mashta.
And I love that she's actually giving people on a global level the opportunity to know about this iconic process and iconic cultural input through the art. It's so beautiful.
Because the weddings in Tunisia the rituals vary from a region to another. There are some similarities, but they are very different in their own way. And especially with the titles, with the ceremonies, what you do, who does what, and each person plays a certain role. And for now, for now, they do this ritual, but without the religious aspect, because before they used to do the ceremony to ask fertility from the goddess Tanit, who is a goddess of fertility and love in North Africa before. But now it stayed as a tradition, But now with
beautiful. It's beautiful. To be honest, like I wouldn't know about this if you haven't explained it and explained the work and the inspiration behind her work. And I find it so powerful and so beautiful. And I think it's one of those things that the world needs to know about the culture in Tunisia. And I thank you and the gallery that you work with and represent for promoting these stories. You know, Abu Dhabi is a place of diversity, it's a place of knowledge and place of art and culture. For us, we're honored to, you know, learn about these things here and to have it in such a place. I think it's iconic.
Thank you. I think the art fair offers a cross regional and international dialogue. It's an exchange of heritage, tradition, and it's a way to be open to different cultures of all around the world.
Yeah, and I know that this is your first year participating.
Yeah.
How is the response from the community here so far to the work you're showcasing?
There's a lot of good feedback. People recognize the references in the booth. They recognize the subtlety in the scenography of the booth. There's been a lot of appreciation to Ahmed Hajri. People were very interested in his work.
Yeah.
And there's been a fascination to the way we curated the installation of artworks, especially with Imad as well.
I love this, by the way,
This one actually is in a close dialogue with Amira's work because he talks about the goddess of fertility and love in the Mesopotamian region, which is Ishtar. And this artwork is called Muqaddimat al-Ashq, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And these are poems from 7 poets that he worked with, collaborated with, screen printed on canvas. And then he prints, the letters are about Ishtar. He gave them just the subject, and he gave them the freedom to interpret.
Wow!
And then he paints his landscape on top, and these are landscapes of flowers. And Imad's approach is to highlight the poetry that is already there in the landscapes.
Yeah,
because he believes that the landscapes themselves, the visible already offers the poetry. We just need to open our hearts to it.
Yeah. What I like about it is like the collaborative work between the artists and the poets in a piece of like this. It's nice to bring disciplines from different disciplines within the arts and culture to work together.
Yeah.
I love that. So this is your first year. The response has been great for you guys. People are learning and engaging. Have you been able to engage with, let's say, other galleries or Emirati artists, or is this something in your vision? Because I feel like there's so many similarities and so many things that are not similar, but could promote cross-cultural promotion in terms of artworks.
Of course, we've had a lot of feedback from other galleries. We know some of the galleries here. We've been talking in the installation days, even in like trying to lighten up the stressful days. But we've been having a stroll, trying to understand each and every approach that really caught our eyes.
Yeah.
And it's very beneficial for us. We've been introduced to Saudi Arabian artists, Pakistani artists.
Yeah.
It's been a very rich exchange so far.
You know, it's amazing because there are 140 galleries participating.
Yeah.
And it's a great mix. I'm really enjoying this year's edition. And I'm excited about what's to come next year. And I hope you guys will come back to Abu Dhabi next year because I think it's going to be epic.
Hopefully.
With freeze and everything. So I'm very excited. I want to talk a little bit about the art scene in Tunisia and female artists.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've never been to Tunisia. It's my dream to visit one day. But like, if you want to tell me something or tell collectors and patrons in the UAE about Tunisia and the art scene in Tunisia, what would you tell us?
I think the art scene in Tunisia reflects the mentality of Tunisia, which is resistance. Because the Tunisian people, they always find a way to resist, like to innovate, to find new ideas. And I think right now in the Tunisian art scene, it's flourishing with new media, art, digital art, mixed media art. People are experimenting. They're trying their best to find opportunities to promote their work and to promote the Tunisian art scene. So I think there's a lot of hope. There's a lot to expect. A lot to. It's an experience. Like you never know what's the next step that will amaze you. For me, this is my personal experience.
So always you wake up in the morning excited on what you're going to discover in the
because most of especially the new generation, they're experimenting. There's a lot of experimental work, and the new generation is inspiring the older generation, and the old generation is also inspiring and trying to grow the art scene with the new ones.
That's really amazing. You see, and I think this is also reflected in the work you've presented here, because you have different generations presented beautifully together in sync. You guys did an amazing work curating the space, to be honest, and just briefly to know about these art pieces. And I feel like I have to come and spend more time. I want to talk a little bit about the founder. I feel like the founder of the gallery, because we've heard so many interesting stuff about her, and as a female founder of an art gallery, how important is that for you guys?
The founder was one of the pioneers in the Tunisian art scene. She's the one who introduced this artist, modern artist, Ahmed Hajri, to the Tunisian art scene, because at first he was mostly known in Paris. And it got a lot of success. She comes from a family of art collectors, so she has a refined taste to art and a very sensitive vision towards art. She also was one of the main social actors in the art scene. She was a co-founder in the project Jerbahoud, which is a big urban art project in Jerba. It's an island in Tunisia, and it's like an open-air museum of street art. And she was the first one to introduce street art in a museum, or let's say in a gallery space, because mostly it was presented on the walls in the urban setting. But she was one of the first to introduce it in a space inside the walls. It was always off the walls, and she brought it inside the walls because she saw the potential in the street art. So she moved a lot of the dynamics in the Tunisian art scene. She helped move a lot, and she introduced new techniques of installation, because before it was mostly they would present modern artists by themselves and contemporary by themselves. People rarely introduced them together, and she was one of the first to push people to explore new ways to present artists from different generations. And this is still held to this day, as you see. So
I love it.
Founder, I think, is one of the pioneers and the active actors in the Tunisian art scene.
And it's not an easy job when you are in this position, because we witness how women players in the sector work so hard. They are really change makers, and I feel like this is such an inspiration for younger people who wants to own galleries or open galleries, or get into this field. And we need people like her all over the world to actually promote this for younger gallerists, because wanting to learn, wanting to engage, wanting to have that gutsy feeling of like, I want to do things differently, because the consumer today has changed. the consumer of art. I'm talking like people are now looking at art differently.
Yeah.
So it's important to have this new ideas, new innovative way of bringing things together. And I appreciate the fact that you share these insights about all her advocacy work in Tunisia. And I hope that there might be opportunities for other nations to collaborate with you guys on things that she also believes in.
Yeah, we're always open for new opportunities, for opportunities of collaboration. And we hope our work inspires many more.
Yeah. No, definitely it will. And honestly, like, I really hope you leave Abu Dhabi with none of the pieces. I want all the pieces to be owned and, have residency here in Abu Dhabi so we get to enjoy it more.
Thank you.
And I'm sure as well there will be more opportunities to see more of the Tunisian artists here in Abu Dhabi.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we count on that.
Yeah, definitely. And have you, from the Emirati artist, if you have engaged with any Emirati artist, has anyone caught your eyes, or if you find them interesting, or galleries that you feel like? I know this is a sneaky question, but I feel like it's very personal.
For me, like personally, I have a really hard time remembering names.
Yeah.
Even the Tunisian ones.
Yeah,
so I think I'm more of a visual person, so I don't have this reflex of getting names or.
Yeah.
So for me, if I see the artwork, I will recognize the artwork that caught my eyes, but I hardly can remember names.
Yeah.
But I sure saw some of the Gulf region behind us.
Yes.
And the Etihad Modern
Gallery.
booth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's a lot of interesting work.
Yeah.
I love Huna Art booth. We've had a very lovely conversation. I'm sorry, I can't remember the names. I'm really bad. But I remember we had a stroll and we talked to most of the gallerists.
I have to say that this is just the second day, so it's going to be exhausting for you guys. You've been working on this for so long. And I know that with tomorrow and the day after, you'll be able to see more and explore more. And thank you so much for your time, for showing around, talking to us about these beautiful creations. I can't wait to know more.
Thank you for this opportunity. It's been lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.